President Trump made history again by being the first president to cross the DMZ line in North Korea. Watch.
My friend.
반갑습니다.
Good to see you again.
이런 데서 각하를 만나게 될 줄 생각 못했어요.
I've never expected to meet you at this place.
That's good. That's my honor. Would you like me to step across?
각하께서 한 발자국
Would you like
건너시면
me to?
사상 처음으로 우리 땅을 밟으시는
If you
미국 대통령이 되십니다.
if your
I'm
excellency take
okay
a
with
step
it.
forward, you will be the
I'd be
first
very
U.S. president
proud.
to cross
I'd be
this
very
line.
proud to do that. Okay, let's do it. Come on.
여기 위에까지 올라가고
This is an epic moment for the world, for North and South Korea, for the United States, but of course, the mainstream media and Democratic politicians, as well as others, are going to try to undermine this event. You already have Elizabeth Warren on Twitter. She looks and sounds like a pigeon. All jokes aside, I remember for 15 or so years, all I would hear about is North Korea is going to nuke you. North Korea is going to nuke you. North Korea hates you. Kim Jong-un hates you. We're never going to get along. They want to nuke you. Nuclear war. And then President Trump does the unthinkable. They tell him for 2 years, you can't do it. You're not going to do anything. He won't talk to you. He won't listen. He does it. And then they flip the script. They did the same exact thing on ISIS for the last 10 years. Then all of a sudden, President Trump said, you know what? I'm going to take out ISIS in the Middle East. And they said, what are you talking about? You don't know anything. You're working with Putin. You're doing this wrong. And then he does that too. He actually takes out almost the entire ISIS caliphate. He does what no other president can do. Then what does the narrative change? After 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years of freaking everybody out about ISIS and telling you ISIS wants to kill you and ISIS is taking over the Middle East and they're coming, you actually have mainstream media, look at this, not only in Canada, in the United States as well, and in Britain, lobbying for ISIS people to come to the United States. Now all of a sudden they're the innocent victim. Well, it's just a woman and child. Just let ISIS into the United States. Before President Trump, we need to defeat ISIS, and we can't get along with North Korea. After President Trump does what we say he can't do and what we're scared of, now all of a sudden, just let them into your country. Don't talk to them. Don't get along with them. World peace is bad. War is good. What in the world is wrong with the mainstream media and the moderate left or the mainstream left or whatever you want to talk about that I used to think was peace, love, and positivity? Obviously, it's not. It's all a lie. When their entire leadership is absolutely insane out of their minds, why can't we just enjoy this moment? I don't care if Obama did it or George Bush did it. They never wanted to because certain presidents were puppet politicians who sat there and were supposed to keep the machine going. And President Trump is a little bit more loose. You might not think he's doing everything under the sun, but they said he would crash the economy. The economy's at record high. They said he couldn't do this and that, and it was going to be awful. Unemployment is way down. Meanwhile, during CNN times when Obama was there, they would put that ticker on the bottom of CNN all the time that said, black unemployment is skyrocketing, it's skyrocketing. They're scaring you saying, oh my God, the unemployment's so high. But then when it's low, all of a sudden low unemployment doesn't matter. Don't you get what they're really doing? They feed off of fear, they feed off of lies, they feed off of making people angry and dividing people. And if there was no screeching and screaming about different colors and all this stuff, they wouldn't even have a platform because they're not making any sort of logical or economic sense anymore. Even 2008, Obama would look at that stage, the Democratic stage, and listen to what they're saying and be like, these people are legitimately out of their minds because they've gotten 20 times as radical as even he was about immigration policy. He didn't do that.
We've had 5 million undocumented workers come over the borders since George Bush took office. It has become an extraordinary problem, and the reason the American people are concerned is because they are seeing their own economic position slip away.
No one in their right mind would ever do that, but that's the new game. It's let's do the opposite of Trump. So congratulations to President Trump in America. This is a beautiful moment, and I'm glad, and millions of us are glad, that you're trying to get along with Kim Jong-un instead of starting a nuclear war. We're glad you got rid of ISIS and you don't want to bring them into our country, as opposed to the psychotic media who does want to bring them into our country and is openly lobbying for it. We're very grateful we finally have a leader that's strong, a little wild and fun, but at the end of the day, his actions speak louder than his words, rather than his words speaking louder than the actions. The actions never come, and then the news just scares us with the same things on loop. As soon as those are solved, now all of a sudden it's bad to solve it and it's good to have it be a problem. It's ridiculous, but a lot of people are waking up to that fact. Thank you. If you'd like to support my news analysis, check below. Facebook and others are demonetizing me at a quicker rate, so it's not always easy to keep this going. They don't want me to tell you what I'm telling you. They want mainstream journalists to be massively controlled by a few corporations, so you can't really break out of that matrix no matter if you're left or right. So thank you for supporting me, because trust me, the tech companies, the mainstream media, and the politicians do not want people like myself here telling you what is much more real and authentic. Thanks again.